Why can't black people be racist? Because it seems like you don't, you have something against white people by even asking the question. I am. What do you mean? Okay, if I walk through a black neighborhood, I'm not in any danger, right? Because you're not racist, right? Right. Yeah. Why would you? Yeah. I got black people walking through my neighborhood all the time, and nothing. You act like people are wearing sundown town. Is that one town out of a million, or okay. It's just a big town? Huh? It's a big town. What's that? Well, I thought you meant it was actual town, like you were speaking of it. I mean, you ever heard of a downbound town? I mean, I can make up words too. I mean, oh, so all of you know about a sundown town. You're saying all black people know about a sundown town? Yeah. You're saying you say 100% of sundown is known throughout the black community. A majority or all of them? I'm sorry. I'll let you go. Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. I gotcha. Now let me ask you this. Can I ask you just one on one? I'm not trying to sound the R word, but I guess it's going to be identified as it. But do you think Europeans just came over to Africa and just rounded everybody up and took them, or do you think a king of Africa sold them to us? Absolutely not, right? But we haven't. Okay. Okay. You were there. That's right. I mean, you were there. You know what happened. I mean, yeah, there is. That's exactly what I'm saying. There's kings signing receipts of getting two pigs and a gun to sell a whole damn tribe, and there's 7 million slaves in Africa right now. So you tell me what's going on. You tell me why there's 7 million. Let me finish. Let me finish. No. Okay. So yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, I just want to say, do you miss Africa? Hello. Hello. No response. Okay. Hello. I'm asking. Well, okay. Well, I mean, I hear a lot of people saying, "Well, you took us from Africa. I miss my motherland." Uh, yeah.
Sorry, guys, I didn't know that. I didn't know you couldn't hear me over there. And right, in addition to that, you have the power to control the church. And so they went to the church and justified what they were going to do. They said, "Hey, church, listen. These people are less than human. They don't look like us. They don't think like us. They don't behave like us. Right? They're basically, subhuman. So what we're going to do, please, you have background noise and people are trying to listen. So this is what we're trying to do." And so Spain got the church to green light this process, and then they went back to Portuguese and I said, "Okay, let's do it. Let's go down there and let's get some of these people." Now, obviously, they were met with great resistance, but the African tribes couldn't fight two separate countries' armies, right? And in addition to those two separate countries' armies, pew-pews. You can't fight bullets with just spears.
Crack cocaine, fentanyl.
You're on fentanyl? Well, you should probably seek drug treatment. I don't know what to tell you. So anyways, quite literally, you should, they go back, you know what I'm saying, into these areas,
There's
right?
7 million.
Okay.
There's 7 million slaves in Africa, right?
Okay, gotcha. So this could have been an educational moment for you, but you just wanted to be racist. So anywho, they were obviously met with resistance, but they decided, the African tribes, right, that they are not going to be able to fight all of these things. And they were tired of losing their sons, their daughters, their brothers, their sisters, and so on and so forth. So they made a deal with the Spanish and the Portuguese. And guess what that deal was? We'll adopt your religion because you can't enslave me if I'm a Christian. You can't enslave me if I'm also a Christian, right? And so that's what the agreement that they made. And then they said, well, here, we still need people. So we need you to go out and get us other people. Because if you don't, we're just going to take your people. And so that's quite literally how that process played out. So they weren't like selling their own, their own people out of their own tribe. And they were doing it out of duress. It's not like they were just like, oh, yeah, shit, I'll take it. But in selling their people, they weren't just going to keep doing all of this and losing in fights and wars to these other tribes for free, right? And the same thing happened with indigenous people and land here in the United States. They quite literally were arming certain tribes to go fight other tribes to clear land, to bring them back, food and furs and other commodities. I mean, it's like literally you haven't read a single book your entire life, and somehow you're the foremost expert on, how these things took place because you saw a fucking meme on Facebook or a Reddit thread that you read one time. Anywho. I know. He wasn't trying to gain any education. And I know, like I said, that's the amygdala response I was telling you guys about earlier. Like, that's it right there. Hey, Brian, how are you doing? Have you had some water and said something kind about yourself?
Doing fine, thanks. And how are you doing?
I'm doing excellent. Can't complain. Just up here trying to, spread as much knowledge and empathy as possible.
Knowledge and empathy. Well, hey, those are two good things to spread, but
Absolutely.
I'd actually challenge you a little bit. You were talking about President Trump like he is a convicted rapist of a 13-year-old when
that's not what I said. I never did that. Never did.
Yeah, that's how you came off. So if you're interested in how you came off, then you should be interested in my opinion. So.
Sure. But here's the thing, right? Like, I'm very clear and very concise in the way that I deliver information. I said he was party to a lawsuit, right?
Okay.
With Epstein.
Not with Epstein, actually.
Yes, with Epstein. Now, do you want me to show you the legal documents? I have
the girl supposedly, obviously Epstein's not a part of the lawsuit. It happened. The supposed event happened while at an Epstein party, supposedly. Okay.
I'll just show you.
But Epstein, I think we can both agree, is no longer part of any lawsuit,
sure.
Right?
I'm just going to show you the actual document.
I don't need to see the document, bro. He's unalive.
I think that it's
he's not.
To see.
He's not part of the lawsuit. You're wrong. Okay.
I'm going to show it to you. I can show you the filing. I can show you the actual court filing. There's no reason to argue things when we have the court filings.
Sure. So, I just don't understand people like yourself. You know,
What,
you
to
sit
tell
here,
the truth?
he is unalived, okay? He's not a part of any lawsuit. If you want to try to argue some semantic thing where you're going to find that his name is referenced as the location where something might have happened,
Nope,
you
it's
know,
not.
you're not winning an argument, bro.
Are you looking at the screen? In the United States District Court, Southern District of New York, Jane Doe, right? Proceeding under a pseudonym, plaintiff versus Donald Jimothy Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. Defendants.
What date is that from?
This is the court document. 10-3,
From when?
2016. October 3rd, 2016.
Okay. So you don't exactly have current fucking information, do you? 8 years old.
This is the
Epstein
lawsuit.
Gone, bro. Admit it. Just admit it. It's okay to be wrong.
Hold on. So was he party to a lawsuit, yes or no?
They were party
Okay,
to
got
the
you.
lawsuit.
So what I said was absolutely correct. He was party to a
Currently
lawsuit
part
with
of the
Epstein.
same lawsuit in
So
2024.
what the young girl said, no,
Just fucking admit it, dude.
I never said that.
Why can't you honestly just admit you're wrong?
I wasn't
Seriously.
wrong.
You have issues, dude. A 2016 document does not equate to a 2024 truth. Okay? It's not justification
What is
for you
wrong
saying
with
some
you?
bullshit.
It would be easier to say what's not wrong with them.
Yeah.
Okay, listen. Help me understand this. Help me understand this. If I say
Yeah.
Donald Trump was party to a lawsuit with Jason Epstein, does it matter? With Jeffrey Epstein, does it matter
Jeffrey
when?
Epstein.
Hold
There
on.
you go,
I know
buddy.
Jeffrey Epstein. Does it matter when?
If you're trying to say they are currently a party of a lawsuit, yes.
It's not what I said. I said Donald Trump was party to a lawsuit with Jeffrey Epstein. Because if we're looking at the flight logs, those are also old. And the last time I checked, people want to see the flight logs so bad. So if I say that Donald Trump was party to a lawsuit with Jeffrey Epstein, what did I say? What part of that was wrong?
That was accurate.
That's what I said the first time.
Okay. You said that they are party to a lawsuit. Okay?
I said Donald
Was
Trump
party
was
to a
party
lawsuit.
to a
Implying
lawsuit with
currency,
Jeffrey
sir.
Epstein.
And why would you even be talking about it anymore? Some girl comes up with something and says something that, I was unable to talk about it for 30 years.
Do you have
but
children?
Now I want to talk about
This
it.
is not this wasn't a 30 this wasn't 30 years ago. This wasn't 30 years ago. Do you have children, Brian?
Yes,
you have children,
yes,
Brian?
it was 30 years ago.
No,
bro.
it wasn't. This was not 30
Get
years
your
ago.
facts straight. So you think in 2016 is when the essay happened? Is that what you're trying to
That's
suggest?
not what I said, but it wasn't 20 years ago. I can
It
tell you
was
the exact date.
1994 is supposedly when that happened. How many years ago is that?
In 2016?
No. From today, sir.
No, but this was
How
in
long ago is
2016. We can't move the date up to today.
Bro.
22
I said
years.
this thing supposedly
So
happened
22 years,
30
right?
something.
So this was in 2016 that it was filed, and so it would have been 22 years from the day, not 30, right? So there we go. Like, we can't move it up to 2024, right? And so here's my point.
Okay.
Here's my point. When you're facing, right? First of all, do you have children? This is the first question I'm asking. Do you have children?
It's irrelevant.
Well, it is
Go on
relevant.
with
No,
your
it's absolutely relevant.
No, I don't care if you think it's relevant. I'm not
It's
answering it. Go
well,
on.
I'll answer it, right? So I have daughters, a lot of them, as a matter of fact. And so, like, if my daughters came to me and said, "Hey, Dad, you know what I'm saying? Like, this person did X, Y, Z to me." I don't care if they told me that it happened yesterday, or, you know what I'm saying, 2 weeks ago, or 10 months ago, or 11 years ago, or 22 years ago. I'm going to believe what my daughter told me. I'm going to believe what my daughter told me. Because that would be the most sensible
as any
thing.
father would.
That
And
would be
you
the most
mad, I'm
sensible
sure.
thing. So you're telling me that you only care about them if they're related to you?
No, I'm only care about people that I believe are credible.
Okay.
Okay. I don't. But do you?
So you
believe
only think that people are credible if they're related to you. Gotcha. So there's no
When did I say
indication.
that? Don't put words in my mouth.
Because there's no
Don't put words in
indication.
my mouth.
There's no indication that this young girl, right, at wasn't making, you know what I'm saying, wasn't being credible in her allegations against them, especially when, if you look at the other evidence that is available, right? And what's the other evidence that is available? He says, I grab women by the vagina and kiss them in the mouth without their consent. That's Exhibit A, right? Then he goes on the Howard Stern show.
Excuse me, was that evidence in that particular case? No, or are you trying to cobble a bunch of shit together?
No, I'm not.
That's
So
what
if
guys
you
all
tell
do
me,
with Trump.
so if you tell me, right, that this person did something, you know what I'm saying, and I'm trying to determine who's more credible, right, then I'm going to think about whose character and patterns of behavior, right? And so the patterns of behavior is this man tells me that he grabs women by the vagina and kisses them in the mouth without their consent. Then he goes on Howard Stern.
Hey, bro, let me ask you this. Do you think E.G.
Bro, why can't I talk?
Carroll was telling the truth?
What's that? I can't hear you.
Do you think E. Jean Carroll was telling the truth?
Absolutely. 1,000%. Tons of evidence to show that she was.
You think E. Jean Carroll was telling the truth?
Tons of evidence says that she was.
Tons of evidence. Like her not being able to remember the year that it happened.
How many times have you been
What
raped?
she was wearing.
How many times have you been raped?
Having...
How many times have you been raped? How many times have you been raped?
Oh, wow. I've been great listening to you.
Okay.
But,
how much trauma?
physically,
How much trauma have you been through?
Do you think? Oh, I've been.
How
through
much
plenty of
mental and
trauma.
physical
Do you
trauma?
think that you would remember it since it's such a traumatic event? Don't
No,
you think
that's
that you would remember
that's
exactly
not how
when it
trauma
happened?
works. That's not how trauma works.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Well, I
so
can tell
and
you
this
that's
is
how it
the
works for me.
reason that
I
we
also know
continue to have a grape culture in our society. So bravo. I hope you don't have daughters. I hope your daughters, that you never have to be the person that your daughters come to.
President Trump is responsible for the existence of grape culture.
No, he's to the continuation. People like you are responsible for it, bro. And then when people are trying to have like actual intellectual conversations about this, you're like blah 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 blah. What about this? What about that? What about this? I don't believe that person. I don't believe it. Like, bro, this is like y'all are unhinged.
If you want to have an intellectual conversation, let's talk about her interview with Anderson Cooper.
Yeah,
Did you watch that?
Yeah.
Because I can see when.
And you're going to be
lying,
intellectually
okay?
dishonest.
She was lying.
No, she wasn't. Oh,
What?
So hold on. Let me ask you a question. What is your job? Like, what do you do for a living?
Why would I be telling you that?
Why not? I'll tell you what I do for a living.
Why do you
Bro, you
care?
secret
And
squirrel,
why do you think
Brian?
that's relevant to my
You a secret
opinions in
squirrel,
this
Brian?
conversation?
Because it's very relevant.
What? Well, again, I don't care what you think is relevant.
Okay,
I came here
got
to
you.
tear down
So
everything
do you
say.
work for the CIA? Like, do you like read? Are you an analyst that reads body language?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
So
I can neither
do you
confirm
read
nor
body
deny.
language for a living so that you can tell whether people are lying or not? Or why don't you go
I
to
absolutely have
Vegas?
to
Like,
respect
why don't you
that.
fly to Vegas today? Since you know that when people are bluffing and shit, and make all the money, bro. You make all the money.
Maybe I do.
Then you should do that. Why are you wasting your time on TikTok?
Why are you trying to change the subject to me?
I'm
Let's
not.
talk about
I'm saying I'm just pointing out
and the
how
fact that she's
ridiculous you sound.
obviously a liar.
I'm just pointing out how
She's
ridiculous you
obviously
sound.
a liar, bro.
Okay. You're
Okay.
obviously like a misogynist pig. And that's cool too, I guess.
Because I can call a liar. Okay, when Trump beats that, and you have to take back every single time.
I would never take it back. I'll never take it back. I'll never take it back.
Of course, you're never going to.
I'll never take it back
because you want to say it. You're a hateful dude. Okay,
I'm not hateful.
You guys fucking hate.
Yes,
Trump.
I do not. I absolutely do not.
ruining
Sorry,
the
I absolutely do not like
You are
rapists.
ruining the country. With
I
your
absolutely
hate.
do not like rape. I'm ruining the country.
Yes, with
I'm
your
ruining the
hate
country.
And with you guys are. You keep getting lied to, and you keep believing it.
No,
okay?
I
You've
don't.
never
I
noticed
don't
the
let
pattern of
anybody tell
behavior.
me anything. I'm not the one wearing the hat and the T-shirt and the bumper sticker and the flags and the fucking doormat and then lining up like good little sheep. You know what I'm saying? Lining up so that I can go hear this man speak yet again, saying the same incoherent, you know what I'm saying, nonsense over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Like literally,
Also, you
you guys
think-
are brain dead.
You obviously never been
Brain
to a Trump
dead.
rally, buddy.
Brain dead.
Never
Yes, I
been
have.
to a Trump
Yes, I
rally.
have.
Let me ask you this: do you think people are brain dead when they
You
believe
guys
things
literally
like-
all look and sound the same. Every single one of you.
Well, let
Do
me
you-
ask you this.
I have
You guys
never
believe
owned a
that the-
T-shirt. I've never owned a
Steele
T-shirt
dossier was
or a
true?
bumper
You
sticker
believe that the Hunter
or
Biden
a.
laptop wasn't true?
I don't
Turned
care about
out that
Biden's
was
son's
true.
laptop. Listen, lock Biden up. lock Biden's son up, lock Jill up, lock their fucking dog up. What's the dog's name? Major. Lock that bitch up. Lock the daughter up. You think I give a shit? I don't know these people. I don't know these people.
They already killed him. You guys need to be more up to date on your information.
Like,
okay?
why would I care?
Well, because when so you're saying you don't care if there's evidence that the president directed policies for other countries based on getting money put in his
Lock them up then. I don't care. Nobody's above the law, bro.
See, that's the problem. You guys don't understand what America is and what patriotism is. That's why you can sit here and make fun of people with bumper stickers,
You're
okay?
just
You have
dumb.
no
All right,
clue
can I-
what true
can I-
patriotism is.
Can I get
I
one
don't know
word
what
in for a
patriotism
moment?
is.
You guys are ignorant as fuck.
Hey, Brian, just wait a second, please. Please, just give me.
I don't know who muted you, but that's fine. I'm ignorant. Like, I can assure you that I have literally more
Hey,
intellect
was the Steele
and
dossier
intelligent.
true? Was
I
the
don't
Steele
care.
dossier true?
I don't care. I'm not engaged. Like, remember, I'm ignorant. So what do I know? You have all the answers, Brian.
Mr. Jones, can I talk to you?
Absolutely, you can.
Okay.
How's your-
I don't want Brian to go away. First off, it's a nice day. It's a very
It's
nice
hot
day
in the
for me.
house right now. Man, can you turn the fan on? I'm toasted.
I don't know where you are. It's
I'm in
I want to
Florida.
say it's like 80. Oh, well, it's hotter there where you are.
Yeah, much hotter.
Okay. So, first off, when we talk about, I believe that you're being unfair to anybody who chooses to vote, and it's their right to vote, for another candidate that's other than Biden. And therefore, yes, for me, it would be Trump. And I don't think you know me, and I don't think you know Brian, and therefore you are coming at him very strongly and then saying
I'm
he's
the
got
one
a bumper
coming out
sticker.
strong. I haven't cursed at him one time, bro. Listen, you know what? You're not about to microaggress me. That's crazy. I'm coming at him very strongly. It's crazy.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate you trying to say those kind words wherever you are. Hopefully you're still listening.
That's fucking crazy. You gotta be outside your brain.
Man, listen. I want to see the country come together, but you guys
No,
sit
you don't.
here and just
No, you don't.
absolutely dig your
No, you don't.
heels in,
No, you don't.
and you refuse to listen to reason.
No,
I
you don't.
absolutely do.
Does it
But you're
pause-
like,
does
I
it
don't
give you
care.
any
Every
pause?
time I say a fact that should change your opinion, and you should be able to say, when I say to you that the Steele dossier was completely made up and you were lied to for years about that. When I say you were lied to about Hunter Biden's laptop. When I say to you, obviously you were lied about Joe Biden's
care
cognitive skills. You should absolutely care because you're getting your information and you're basing your opinions on lies. And so therefore,
But here's the point, though. Here's what you don't understand. I haven't based my opinion on none of the things that you just said. None of them.
Yeah.
I'm not even a Biden supporter. So you literally sat up here and fought an argument that I never made. That I literally never made.
Who are you voting for, bro?
This is crazy, bro. Like you fighting
voting
against the
for?
ghost. Literally.
Who are you voting for? You don't want to say?
No, I'm gonna vote for whatever makes the most sense for the people that I care
Cornel
about.
West?
No.
You're gonna vote for so Biden then? Okay,
I never said
is
that.
what you're saying.
No, bro. What is today? Today is what, July 12th? Today is July 12th, 2024, right? And that means that I have until November 5th, I think the election day is, until November 5th of 2024 to make a decision of who I'm going to vote for. But I know who it's not
care
going to be. I know that I'm not going to vote for the same person that literal Yahtzees are voting for. I know that's not going to be it.
See,
But
right there.
I like
You
the
obviously
microaggressions, though. Cornel
had your
West.
opinions formed by some of the sources I'm quoting.
No,
okay?
not
So
at
you
all.
should absolutely care that they've been lying to you this entire time.
My
Because the only reason you
opinions are not
accuse
based on
Trump
any of
supporters
those
being
things.
Nazis,
My
The only
opinion
way you
is
can-
not based on any one of those things. And here's the problem, right? Here's the problem with not being intelligent and not being intellectually honest when having conversations, right? Is that because that argument didn't work for me, that's the only ammunition you had. Oh, well, what about Hunter Biden's laptop? I don't give a fuck, lock that motherfucker up. Oh, what about, you know what I'm saying, if he's selling, information to other countries? I don't care about Biden. Lock his ass up. Nobody's above the law. Oh, well, the Steele dossier. I don't give a shit about the Steele dossier, bro. The man already won the election after the Steele dossier. That shit is old. Why are we still on that? I'm talking about who this man is as a person, the things that I've heard him say out of his very own mouth, right? And the fact that women, children, queer people, black people, undocumented people who are still human beings, unhoused people, or their lives are at stake. These people's lives are literally in jeopardy. So those are the people who I'm making my decision for.
Hey,
You're not about to gaslight me.
Comments, you guys are fucking idiots.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Go
all
for
you can
Now,
do is
sir,
resort to
let me
ad
ask you
homs.
this.
That's all you can do is resort to ad homs. Read a book, bro. That's literally all you had was, you know what I'm saying, ad hom attacks. I was able to deliver all of my message without cursing at you once.
I never said that you cursed at anyone.
You said I came in
I
him
said that you were
strong
aggressive.
Aggressive? You
That's
call-
aggressive. Yes,
So him
that's
cursing
aggressive.
at me is not aggressive.
I did not talk about him. I talked about you.
So him cursing at me is
You
not
are the
aggressive.
host. You are the host, and you can kick me off. You
Yo, if I wasn't black, I wouldn't be aggressive. If I wasn't black, I wouldn't be aggressive. I cursed at him not one singular time, but I'm the aggressive one is crazy. Y'all are something else, boy. I gave him a second chance, you know what I'm saying, to be a decent human being. And bro called me aggressive. These microaggressions killing y'all. Wow.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Listen, I love y'all, man. We vote in Biden 2024 with his very handsome vice.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate you. Big returns. What's going on, man? How are you? If you had some water, say something kind about yourself.
Hey, what's up? I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay.
I just actually wanted to talk about when you say that Trump was charged with rape, like, do you mean like rape or do you mean sexual assault and defamation?
Yeah, well, let's not just go off of what I have to say. Let's see what the judge has to say. Can you read that?
Yes, Trump was found. But what did the jury come out and say? Like, what in their verdict?
What does this say, bro?
Judge clarifies. Yeah, okay, can you read it then? The article.
What does this say right here, bro?
I see what it says. It says yes, Trump was found, or I don't know. I think that says found to have R word Jean Carroll.
Thank you. Okay, gotcha.
But I'm
you
just
see where this
talking
is?
about
This is the Washington Post, right? This is the date.
Okay,
July 19th,
but why wasn't he
2022.
charged? But he wasn't charged with it though.
Because the criminal statutes of limitation had run out.
Okay, so but he wasn't charged with it. So technically, when you say that, you're
technically he raped her.
Okay. Another thing I had to say was, so you're against like that kind of stuff, right?
Yes.
That type of stuff. Okay, so what
Are
do you
you
think
not?
about in 2019?
Are you
Yeah,
not?
of course. So what do you think about in 2019 when 8 women came out and said that Biden had essayed them and they
And
were
what did
talking
Biden
about
say?
how they.
I'm not a
and
Biden
made
supporter,
video.
first and
Biden
foremost.
made a video.
I'm not
It
a
was in
Biden
April 2019.
Sure,
Biden made a video.
I'm not a Biden
apologizing
supporter. What did Biden say? Biden said, I think that you should investigate it. He said it was not 8 women, those 2. But he said
It was
I
8,
think,
or I saw 8 as of
let's just look it up.
April
Let's look it up.
2019,
Let's
8
not
women
go
had
on your let's just look it up so that we don't
Yeah, look it
go
up.
on your assertions, right?
Look it up. I just looked it up actually. That's why I know it's 8.
Okay. And he said, I think that you should
But are you okay with? Are you saying that that's
Well,
okay for him to do that?
Bro, why is
And
it
then-
that you guys ask questions and then when I'm trying to answer the question, you won't let it be said? Why is that the thing? This is so weird. So Yahoo says it's 7.
Yeah, that's a lot more than 2.
Okay, so let's see what they said. Let's read this. Let's see.
It
what
was
they said he did.
touching, inappropriately hugging.
Is that the same as
things of that
grape?
nature. For what he was charged with, yeah, it's the same thing. If you look up the definition of sexual assault.
No.
Yeah,
no,
look up
not-
the definition of what is sexual assault.
Bro.
It's
hold on. Did
touching
he-
someone sexually without their consent or having them touch
Okay.
you.
Were
you know.
criminal allegations or civil allegations brought against Joseph Biden?
Oh yes, allegations. Yes.
No, criminal or civil allegations in a court of law.
Oh, like in a court of law. Oh, okay. I don't think so.
Okay, gotcha. So,
But
Lucy-
I mean, eight different women coming out to say
here, I
something.
got
I
you,
mean,
bro.
is that
I got you, bro.
just
I got you. Go ahead.
got him? But eight women coming out to say something. Is that just like, do we just ignore that just because they didn't file anything? Maybe they were past the statute of limitations. As of 2019, I don't know if they were able to file something like that. But I mean, if you're going to criticize one person for doing it, I'd say you should also look at the other side and criticize them as well. It's hypocritical. That's all I wanted to say.
Trump was found liable for SA. 26 women, just from the pageants alone, made allegations that were much more.
Wait, so are you talking about civil allegations or like you were saying, were they?
26 women came out against Donald Trump, most of them pageant members or women that he had worked with on TV shows and other, you know what I'm saying, in other locations. Now, here's the difference, right? It's like Biden said, hey, I want you to investigate these. You should believe women. You should believe them, and I want you to investigate them. Take all of these seriously. And instead of what Donald Jimothy Trump did, calling women dogs and, oh, she's too ugly for me to have done this, that, and the third, so on and so forth, he said, I think that you should investigate them. That's the difference. Okay. Have a good day. Yeah, right. Only grapists defend other grapists. Real shit. Real shit.
I think he was a minor. That's what I was telling you.
That's how I dropped it. What's up, Bob?
I was about to say the same thing I just heard.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I dropped something in a drive, a sample, so you can hear the tone and let me know if you're happy with the tone of the read.
The tone. Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, I tend to do that when I do reads. I will do a tone. I'll do a sample tone and I'll send it, so the person will be like,
Thank you,
You know-
Mitch. I appreciate your support. Hey, guys, we
Always.
still got a long way to go in the goal for this evening. We got a long way to go. There's like 500 people in here. If, you know, a little more than half of you donate $1 to the goal, we'll easily be able to hit it for this evening. Again, we do a lot of work in the community, and this helps us to continue to do that.
also, y'all, we can definitely get to 150 real quick, right? Right, tough fam. Tappity tap tap. That'll help you get to the FYP. I just wanted to tell you that, my brother. And
I appreciate it. What's going on, Joshua? How are you?
I'm doing good.
Glad to hear
How are
it,
you
man.
today?
I'm excellent, friend. You have some water. Say something kind about yourself today.
Do what now?
I said, have you had some water? Said something kind about yourself today. What's wrong with that? I see it. Sin Studios. Thank you for the Venmo.
Well, I've got I think I have an excellent solution how we can, once they get rid of all the illegals, all the illegal, the violent criminals, they'd probably be like 20 million left that you could keep in the country, and they could pay something called the privilege to live in America tax and pay $300 a month. That would generate $6 billion a month, and it would generate $72 billion a year, and you could put it in Social Security. Add it to Social Security.
Thank you, Teresa, for the $25 Venmo. I appreciate you. Hey, can I ask you a question? I'm sorry. What's your name?
Josh.
Josh. Okay. Have you ever gotten a speeding ticket?
I don't drive, so I never get one.
You've never had a speeding ticket your whole life?
No, I don't drive.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So you've never gotten any type of citation, never been arrested, no nothing your whole life.
That is correct.
That's crazy. You're a lucky person. Why you've never driven a car before?
No. My biological parents were on drugs, and it kind of messed my coordination up pretty
I'm sorry
bad.
to hear that, man. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Sorry that happened to you. I really am.
I was adopted, thank God.
I got you. What makes you think that a human being is an illegal person?
If they're, people had to come here and
Thank you, Glory.
study.
Yeah. How do you think that your ancestors got here? How do you think your ancestors got here?
To get legal access to this country.
Where'd your ancestors come from?
Well, let's see. The Indians came because of the Ice Age and was able to walk over here, right?
No, bro. There was no human beings during the Ice Age.
Yes, there was, and they said that they walked here. Scientists have said that they walked to America, and then Columbus, he came over, and then you had the Pilgrims and stuff like that, and so on, and then other people came in.
Let me ask you a question. What makes you think that human beings would be able to travel around the Earth during the Ice Age if it killed the dinosaurs?
Well, did it kill the dinosaurs? I mean, you still have other animals such as crocodiles, such as alligators, which are considered dinosaurs.
They were under the water. Do people live under the water?
Well, even an alligator has to get on land. To lay its eggs, to keep reproducing. They lay the eggs in the sand. That's $300 in savings. Turtles, they lay their eggs in the sand.
Where do those people live, bro? I mean, where do those animals typically live?
Well, they live pretty much everywhere. I mean, you got crocodiles.
There's crocodiles and alligators in the northern hemisphere?
I'm sure that they found some before, for fossils or something. I'm sure. But if the meteorite was that big, it would have had an effect over the whole world, would it not?
Did I say it didn't?
No, you didn't say it didn't, but if it had an effect over the whole world, it would have.
The whole entire world wasn't covered with ice, but you know what it would have been during the Ice Age?
Now, there was some years that scientists have proven that the whole world was covered in ice. Don't forget, the Earth's gone through about 3 or 4 different ice ages in its lifetime.
Are we talking about the most current ice age, Fred? Or are we talking about the 3, 4, 5, 6 different ice ages? Like what is going
Well,
on?
I'll live it in general.
Homo sapiens sapiens did not exist before the last ice age.
What?
Well, they found human footprints near dinosaur footprints. Did you know that?
Marsha, thank you for the $5 cash app. I mean Venmo.
And global warming, I don't really think that we have to worry about that too much, because in 2031 we're going to lose 60% of the sun's activity, which is going to cause a massive cool down to the earth.
Thank you,
And
Alicia.
that's
Hey,
gonna,
let me ask you a question, bro. Are you a climate scientist?
I've outdone the weather people since I was a kid in elementary. They used to come to me for weather, especially on wintertime weather. I even canceled Saturday school one time with the principal. I got together with the principal and canceled Saturday school
Thank you, Lisa, for the $20 cash app. W Lisa in the chat.
because of a snow event that was going to take place that the weather people wasn't even calling for. And he canceled it, and I was right, as usual.
So I can call you like Snowman for real? Or Rain Man? Or Wind
Well, that's
Man?
kind of my nephew's nickname because he's Joshua Snow. I'm Joshua Kimsey. He was named after me, though, with the first name.
All right. All right, Josh. I'm going to put a pause on this conversation for just a second. Mill, good evening. How are you? Millwall Brad. You're muted, friend. If you're trying to talk, I can't hear nothing you're saying. What's going on, Daniela?
Hello.
What's up?
Wait, so you think that black
How
people
old
cannot
are
be
you?
racist?
How old are you?
I'm 19.
When's your date of birth?
I was born in 2005.
Corey, what's going on, friend? How are you?
What's going on? What do we got? 439 people in the live. So I'm just curious. Do you think Biden is the best candidate for the Democrats?
No. Not a Biden supporter.
Not a Biden supporter.
No.
So you think he should stay in the race or no?
I don't care for shit what he does. To be honest with you.
That doesn't really help a lot.
Doesn't help who?
The conversation.
Why not?
All right. So listen, pretty much Biden and Ivanka had a sex tape. I don't know if you saw it.
Why do I care about that?
That's like 1,400.
Y'all must get real bored at night. You could tell the people that don't like have, significant others most of the time. It's easy to tell. It is easy to tell.
Hello.
I'm listening.
I've got to go walk my dog. He's wanting to go out.
Why is this, y'all? Why is this? Why do I live in a country with so many people that don't read and are poorly educated? I look white because of the fucking green screen. I'm already working on a book. But listen, I got so much footage from this shit tonight, boy. Like, this is crazy. Like, I don't understand what is going on. Steve, if you would like to join the conversation, I'd be more than happy to explain it to you, friend. More than happy to explain it to you. What it do, Steve?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can.
What? I've had COVID for like a week now. I'm not sure.
Oh, that sucks, bro.
Yeah,
You feeling better or no?
Oh yeah, I got better. It's better now. So I'm just confused about the first point because I've heard a couple of people say it now for like a few months. That black people can't be racist.
Yeah, it's because they can't. Are you black?
Yes.
Okay. What makes you think you can? What can you do as a black? Or do you live in the United States? I'm just curious. Not that matters, but.
Yeah, I do live here.
Okay, gotcha. So, what can you do to change the material condition of any white person in the United States?
Is that what would make me racist if I could do that?
I mean, that'd be part of it. But like, what could you say or do to a white person that's like going to change their material conditions, like within the societal framework?
I think you're making it a bit more complicated than it is. It's just being racist towards someone.
What is racism?
Treating someone differently because of the color of their skin.
But that's not what it is.
What is it?
It's a structure. It's an entire societal structure based on racial hierarchy that was created specifically to place white people at the top. Specifically for that reason.
I've never heard anyone make that argument when like someone.
Why was race created?
Says something racist.
Why was race created?
I don't understand how this pertains to.
Why was race created?
I don't know. I don't understand how it's
Why
relevant.
was race created? This is a very easy. This should be very easy for you, Fred.
I don't know.
Okay, race was created for the sole intent of being able to justify enslaving Africans and unaliving indigenous people globally. Literally, they created this system of race so they could go to the church and justify it. Like, hey, look, they're not the same color as us. They don't look the same as us. They got different hair. You know, they have different rituals. They don't believe in our God, so on and so forth. So it was created specifically with the intent of classifying everybody beneath Anglo-Saxon white people, right? And so racism is the structures, the ideologies, all of the components, right? Legislation, the way that we interact, socially or within our healthcare systems, our education system. Racism is all of those components, right? And that structural system that holds white people at the top.
All right. I'll respond this way, and I do have something to say about what you said specifically about racism being a system.
That's not what I said. It's a structure. I didn't say it was a system.
Oh, structure. Yeah, sure. So those things can be tried. I know a bit about history. I've learned about colonization and imperialism and all that. You're right about that. But at the same time, it's very easy to see how someone can treat someone else differently simply because of how they look. And typically, anywhere else in the world I've been, or even most parts of the United States, it would just be called racism. If I've heard a couple of black people also be racist towards
No, you haven't.
white people, and
No, you haven't.
how?
Because black people can't be racist, so you've never heard that. What can I say to a white person, you know what I'm saying, that has any historical impact, has had any historical impact on their community?
I think you're just attaching that requirement.
Bro, I'm telling you, right, that we cannot minimize the impact of what racism actually is, what race and racism actually is. You're trying to minimize it so that people's fifis aren't hurt, right? But this has 500 some odd years of context.
You're right. You can still include the context and say that anyone can be racist
No, you
towards any
cannot.
race.
No, you cannot. What can I do? Like I said, what can I do to change that societal structure, that societal framework?
What framework?
Race was created so that white people were at the top of a social hierarchy. Racism is the structures in which uphold that social hierarchy. Now, I'm not advocating that black people ever say mean things to white people. I'm not advocating for that at all. I don't think that's right. I don't think that black people or Latin people or indigenous people or any other people of color should, harm or say anything mean to each other or to white people or any of those things.
If a black person were to say something about the maybe race of an Asian person, that wouldn't be racism.
It depends on where they're from, but no, it'd be xenophobic.
I think xenophobia pertains to immigrants, not really race.
No, it means that you don't like somebody from a geographical location. Like Russia would be Russophobia. China would be xenophobia. This would be xenophobia because you don't like a person because of the geographical location they come from.
I thought you said xenophobia. I thought there were two different things. I'm sorry.
Xenophobia, xenophobia, and Russophobia.
Wait, did you say xenophobia like XE or SI?
XE or CI or ROSO.
Okay, I heard you. So that wouldn't be racism, but it would be something else depending on the context. How do you draw the line? Like, when do you say, "Oh, that may be a bit racist"? That's probably a bit more offensive. So that's probably racist, and then this is not really that bad, so it's not racist.
Because they're not doing it based on their, necessarily their race, but where, where they're from.
So what a person can be only racist depending on their own race, and
now the only people that can be racist, right, are the people that created the system to place themselves at the top of it. Like, let me ask you a question: if a man, right, has an aversion, or has a hatred of women, what do we call that?
misogynist.
Gotcha. And if the reverse to be true, like a woman has an aversion or a hatred towards men, what do we call that?
Misandrist.
Okay, gotcha. You see how there's two different words for that, but it's the same action.
I don't think that's the same action quite.
Or is it hate for the opposite sex?
Well, one pertains to a woman.
Is it hate for the opposite sex?
Towards a man, and one is a man.
Is it hate for the opposite sex?
Yeah, it is.
So this would be hate for an opposing race?
They're not the same.
What's the symmetry breaker?
I can explain. Come down.
What's the symmetry breaker?
You can differentiate between.
What is the symmetry breaker?
You can't differentiate between.
What is the
races.
symmetry breaker?
I just said that. You can differentiate between two different sexes, so a man and a woman, but really
Genders.
race. There's not
Genders,
really.
not
You can't really.
sexes. Genders,
Okay,
not
gender,
sexes.
sure.
You can't differentiate between races?
Well, it's made up. It's not really real. You can't really say that biologically, like someone is black or white.
Gender's not biological.
What?
Bro, you think gender is biological? Gender is also a social construct. This crazy. Y'all are not well. Here. What's up, Miranda? Hey, you can re-request. Feel free to re-request. Hey guys, there's 483 people in here. There's only 266 left in the goal. If a little more than half of you donate $1, we'd easily meet our goal for the night. Hey, listen, when I tell you guys that this is takes a toll on me mentally, emotionally, and physically, I am not exaggerating. And you know that this is not the only work that I do. So I appreciate the contributions. Hickman, what's going on, friend? How are you? Have you had some water and said something kind about yourself?
Yeah, I just can't. I'm just kind of shocked that, people support the Democratic cause.
I'm not
especially...
a Democrat. Not a Democrat.
Okay.
Well, just stop coming up and just saying weird stuff or making arguments for stuff I never said. Anywhere up here to say
I just say, yeah. Trump is a danger, and I guess it's more of the open border policy for me. It's not right or wrong or Democrat or Republican.
Like Reagan ran on an open border. He's a Republican.
Yeah. Well, but I don't think we need one
Jose.
today. It's causing too much problems.
No, it's not.
It's causing child sex trafficking
No,
and
it's not.
slavery.
No, it's not. Neither one of those
Yes,
things
it
are true.
is. It's
no,
been
it's not.
documented.
Like, you guys don't know it hasn't. You guys hear
Yes,
about one
it has
case.
been documented.
You guys hear
There
about one case.
so many children getting sold in sex
they're
trafficking.
not. The vast majority of the children that are trafficked in the United States come out of our adoption and foster care systems.
There has been not since the open of the borders.
You're wrong.
No, I'm not wrong. Look up the facts on this. This is where it's happening.
I already have. You think that you're the first person to come up and say the same thing. All of you say the same.
Why do you want to deny a fact that's legitimate?
Not a fact. Okay, provide a source and I won't deny it. Pull your source up and I won't deny it. Okay.
There is multiple that have been
give me a source. That's fine. Yeah, then just give me a source.
Look up. You want one? Just a quick Google. That'll be there fast. Dr. Phil, and he's look up.
Dr. Phil is not a source.
There's been a whole series on that.
Dr. Phil is not a source.
Okay, whatever. Do you want to deny?
Bro, Dr. Phil is a source.
True?
Thank you, Chelsea, for the $5.
Do you think the cartel is not doing anything?
If we would legalize, if we would decriminalize drugs in the United States, the cartel would have no power. Like literally, they'd lose all their power.
They're not doing it over that. They're doing it. You think that's the only way the cartel is making money is drugs? You are not that blind and ignorant.
Dr. Phil is the source of insanity. Bro, you have a slur in your PFP? A racial slur in your PFP?
It's not a racial slur.
Do you have a slur in your PFP for real?
It's not a slur. It's funny.
Well, tell me about yourself. Where are you from?
I'm from Kansas.
I don't give a fuck. That's funny. Now that is funny. Like, that's funny. Slurs aren't funny, but that was funny. That was funny. That never gets old, as a matter of fact. Like I got a chuckle out of it. You guys just didn't see it on the
topic.
outside, but I chuckled heavy on the inside. I mean that.
I typically have a 30-hour, 30-hour, not 30-minute timer for TikTok daily. So
Oh, you have a what
timer,
now?
like I don't know what to call it, like a timer for an app to not use it for
Okay,
more.
go take a nap then. Have a good night.
I was just asking, are you serious? Like with all this stuff? Or is like it rage bait?
What are you talking about? Why would I want people to be angry?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking, because I frankly am not angry about it.
Yeah,
But I see people come up here and they get angry, and it's pretty funny.
I don't think it's funny. I think it's sad. I think it's sad that, you know what I'm saying, people can't engage in intellectual dialogue without getting upset. But I know why it happens, right? And as I was explaining to the panel earlier, it's an amygdala response.
Yeah, I learned about that a while ago.
What is the amygdala? What does it do?
The amygdala is the part in your brain that processes emotions.
Fight or flight.
Like it helps you think critically, or like it kind of blocks your critical thinking, actually.
It's your fight or flight responses.
Yes, like your frontal lobe is more of the logical part of your brain.
Right. And so they like things that go against people's core values. It upsets them because they can't process the information. All they know is that they are in pain, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, and so your brain can't differentiate between physical pain and emotional pain and things of that nature. So they just know pain, and they want to fight it. Thank you, Casey. I appreciate you for the $5 Cash App.
There's another creator on TikTok who does debates about Christianity, and people go up there. They have no evidence.
Sometimes.
Excuse me.
And I say I debate Christianity sometimes.
Yes, and I think it's good to talk to people about it because it helps really show what people are, like who people are.
Right.
When they see that and they talk, when I see them get on there and talk, they really get really angry, or they tell them you're going to hell, or they just don't know what to say.
That's crazy. Well, is there something on the board that you wanted to speak about specifically?
I know. I just wanted to say have a good night.
All right, you do the same, brother.
Yeah.
TK, what's going on? How are you? Have you had some water? Said something kind about yourself?
Yes, I have some things to say.
No, that's not what I said. I said, have you had some water, and said something kind about yourself?
Oh, of course. My birthday is in a couple of days.
Oh, well, happy birthday in advance.
Well, thank you. Yes. And my daughter's birthday is actually today. So
happy birthday to your daughter.
Oh, thank you so much. I just want to say that, we do have a lot of white people who are on our side. Okay? We do.
But I don't know that I ever said that we didn't.
Okay. And I think that sometimes we do need to acknowledge them and, at least try to understand the fact that they are
My
trying
best
to
friend's
do
white.
Yeah, to do reconstructive, I know I've had nurses that were white that saved my life with stage 4 cancer. So, yeah.
That's awesome. I've never said anything bad about
No, we're not, I'm not going in that type of direction. What I'm saying is I do acknowledge them, but
I acknowledge they exist. Hold on, am I supposed to hold on? So
they do.
Hold on. Hold on. So
is
TK. So what are you telling me? Are you telling me that I should pat people on the back for just being a decent human being?
No, I'm not telling you that. I'm saying that you should at least notice those that have stood with us. Okay? And then I'm also saying to the ones that don't stand with us, the ones that stalk our blogs, the ones that tell us everything that we're saying is a lie when they are culturally unintelligent to understand anything. You see what I'm saying? Those are the ones that I want to talk to, you know? Okay? Now, we can understand all the good guys that come on here and try to act like they're okay. Okay, we see y'all. Like you said, we see y'all. But what about all of you motherfuckers that stalk our blogs? Excuse my language. Please, I'm not going to cuss again, but excuse that. Stop stalking us. Stop being obsessed with us. Stop saying negative things about us when you don't even have the mindset to go and research anything. You are a Google scholar. Stay on Google, okay? Don't come on a Black Brothers blog page, TikTok, or anything and try to tell him anything that I'm sure he's smart enough to research, okay? Like you, okay? You can't come and tell you no bullshit. See what I'm saying? So them are the ones that I'm talking to, okay? I'm talking to them, okay? Think outside the box, okay? All you have to do, okay, look up the first Black, okay? Because we're not fucking African Americans, Black people, okay? Jesse Jackson gave us those fucking names. If you guys that were smart enough as Black people to go and search, just like I'm challenging white people.
We are descendants of African
We
people.
we are descendants. We are not from there. This is our country, USA. Okay? This is our country. And if you want to get more technical, the UK is really our country. That's where our last names come from. Okay? We wasn't bought by a slave master on a fucking boat. Okay?
We what?
We was not.
We what?
Okay? There's no way.
Hold on. What?
There is no way that a Black man, a Haitian man, can discover anything in America before after Christopher Columbus discovered the whole America. Make it make sense. Okay?
I'm just not doing. I don't have the bandwidth for indigenous erasure tonight. I don't have the bandwidth for indigenous erasure tonight. I really don't. I'm sorry, y'all. Jesus. I don't know what you don't have a username, bro. It's just a bunch of dots. What's up?
Excuse me, sir. Are you Black?
Hey, love, I just wanted to let you know that the 250 goal thing is kind of blocking the purple prompt on your screen.
Oh, really? Oh, not
Yeah.
on my phone. No, not on my phone. It's not.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess it's just mine then. But I just wanted to make sure you knew because all I see is undocumented people and then the tough lifestyle thing. It's covering up that purple. Okay, yes, other people are seeing it too. It's blocking the blue one. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure you knew, just in case. But you have a good evening.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Be safe.
You too. It doesn't matter. Like, I guess it doesn't matter where I put it because it'll be blocking something. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can move it like right here. Is that better, y'all? Like this, huh? Is it good there? Is that better? Now it blocks the yellow. What the hell? Yeah, I was about to say. I feel like folks need a better. We need better phones. Schroding, what's going on?
Just another day. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
I just came up to, I guess, discuss a few things.
Sure.
Mainly, I have to ask, what is, and I'm being serious with this, what is your definition or your view on the word racist or racism? Like, what
A racist
exactly
is somebody
does it mean?
who practices racism.
Okay, so what would be, so what would a practicing racist look like?
Participating in the structure that is race.
Okay. Again, I'm trying to figure out if someone. Are you talking about an official? Are you talking about just a random person out and about, or just anybody?
Anybody. Anybody who practices, you know what I'm saying, in the structure, right, of race. would be in fact a racist, a practitioner of such.
So, what is the structure of racism? Please help me understand a little better.
Sure. What was race created for?
Well, it was a designation to help us differ between each individual group.
For what purpose?
From different regions.
For what purpose?
Well, it was an identifier, nothing more.
For what? Why did they create these racial identifiers?
Well, it's just an identifier. I really don't know. That would be a question for them.
Well, I do, but I do know why they created it.
And where would I find this information?
Well, you can look up here. I'll give you. I'll just put it on the screen, and then you can go look it up yourself afterwards. How's that sound?
So, I have a question. Would you ever consider yourself maybe somewhat paranoid about these things?
No. I don't know. What I have to be paranoid about? Like, I've lived my entire life, you know what I'm saying, under this structure. What I have to be paranoid about?
Well, you seem to allow it to get to you very easily.
You know me personally?
No, I've seen quite a few of your lives in the past.
Oh, you're a fan?
Not really, just more in passing, but I have watched a few hours.
Oh, okay.
I
A few
find
hours.
it interesting.
That's a fan. But yeah, no.
Well,
I'm
I
not,
find it interesting. That's really,
And you haven't. So hold on. Hold on. So you're telling me that you've watched me multiple times, right? For hours, and you still haven't learned anything?
Well, I've learned that you seem to come across as a paranoid ideologue.
Okay. Well, then you're wasting my time. Then that's all you're telling me. Yeah, it sounds like fan behavior. A paranoid ideologue is crazy. But to say that race was created just as a classification system and nothing else is absolutely insanity. That is the devil's work right there. Because like literally everybody knows that that's not true. The Crab Man, thank you. And Nurse Ash Travels, thank you so much for the $10 cash apps. I appreciate you tremendously. Thank you for your support. We have had some, yeah, bro looked like he was about to have some, about to eat somebody's brains with some fava beans and a nice Chianti. What's up? He puts the lotion on. Like, bro sound like he was about to go do some diabolical shit as soon as he got off of this live. The late great, no guys, you gotta, the late great Hannibal Lecter. The late great Hannibal Lecter. You can't just call him Hannibal anymore. It's the late great. Yeah, exactly. Or talk about the final solution. I know it was the liver. I just was saying. In his spinning chair petting a cat the whole time. Hey, Ronald, thank you for the $20 $20 Venmo. I appreciate your support. If you're an op and you disagree with any of these things that you see in the back, just go ahead and hit that request button. I'm going to stay on for a little bit longer. Hey, guys, come on. Let's get to 300K likes real quick. Let's get to 300K likes real quick. I don't know where the shares are at because I can never see them. But let's get the shares to. I hope they're at least 1,000. Your power's back on. Yes. I love that, dude, because you was looking sweaty. You was looking sweaty. Say what? Okay, let's get to 1,000 shares. 1,000 shares and 300K likes. Let's do that in like the next, I don't know, 10 minutes tops. I know y'all can do it. I know you got it in you. I know you got it in you. There's like 400 people. If everybody, Nakia, thank you so much for the $20 Cash App. W Nakia. I hope I pronounced that correct. I hope I did. Christina, what's going on? How are you? Uh-oh. Got the paused immediately. Was that an unintentional request? You there? Oh, I pronounced it perfectly? Awesome. Christina, are you there? Okay. Well, I tried. Trucker Jay, what up, buddy?
Yo, what up, bro?
You know.
How you doing?
Kicking the shit here on the Tiki-Takis.
Yeah, same here.
Love to hear it. Have you had some water? Said anything kind about yourself today?
Well, I don't know. I'm saying all kinds of kind things.
About yourself?
What about you? Oh, I had a good day today.
That's awesome, man. That is awesome.
Today
did you drink plenty of
awesome
water?
day.
Did you stay hydrated today?
I did all day, but not in the evening.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So.
What's going on?
Well, I just read your post. Black people can't be racist. Trump is a danger to humanity. Undocumented people cannot vote. Biden had a great. That's the funny part. Biden had a great press conference
For an 81-year-old man who had questions lobbed at him, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think he did.
81-year-old man who has dementia. Yes, he.
Are you a
fumbled.
neurologist?
No, no, I'm not at all. No.
Oh,
No.
why are we diagnosing people?
Well, because he is. You know he is. Everybody knows he is.
No, I my grandmother, my aunt, both had dementia. It doesn't look anything like that at all. And I think when we don't hold medical degrees, we probably shouldn't be trying to diagnose people.
Oh, okay, so let's not say we do.
Yeah, so let's not do that.
Do you think he's our candidate for president? Do you think he's a good president?
I think he's done an okay job as a president. I think that he's passed more legislation than most presidents in history, right? And it's actually legislation that's helped American people, like the PACT Act and the CHIPS Act, and
Hold on, stop. Has it helped you?
Has it helped me?
Yes.
I mean, there's like, so I would have been okay either way, to be honest with you, but it will help probably my children. It'll help. It helps people that I care about for sure, like people that I love. So,
in which way? I mean, how did Biden help people that you care about?
What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, we spend a lot
infrastructure.
We
The infrastructure bill.
Food.
Yeah. Huh?
Well, we always spend money in infrastructure. Always.
Well, no, we haven't passed a legitimate infrastructure bill in almost 3 decades, bro. And in addition to that, right? Like the student loan forgiveness. I know a ton of people that were struggling with their student loans that got them forgiven. The same way that they were forgiving.
You do, right?
What?
You 100%. You know people.
Oh, absolutely. Multiple people.
I
Change
have
their
2
lives.
kids. I have 2 kids that went to college.
Uh-huh.
I could not afford to pay for their college.
Uh-huh.
So they have loans.
Gotcha.
My one son has $100,000 in loans.
Right.
The other one has about $40,000.
Right.
there's no forgiveness there.
Well, I mean,
Nothing.
I'm talking about people my age, bro. Like I'm in my 40s.
Well, okay,
So I
it
mean,
didn't
they're
help
still
my
young.
kid.
They still got some time ahead of themselves, and hopefully, you know what I'm saying, we can go back to the laws that existed pre desegregation of schools, where state-funded colleges were free. Like the only reason that they ever made, people have to pay to go to college, and this is the diabolical shit about white supremacy, right? Is that
okay? Hold on.
Trucker, can I finish a statement before you pause me
ahead.
every single time, bro? Like, I just feel
Go
like
ahead.
that's super disrespectful. I let you tell me about your kids. Now I'm telling
Go
you
ahead.
something. Got you, right? So prior to the desegregation of schools, there was no tuition for colleges, especially not for state-funded colleges, right? And then after the desegregation of schools, they started charging tuition. And then when Ronald Reagan got into office, he made it even harder and more expensive, allowing these state-funded schools to continuously increase the tuition, every year. And so, like, all of that to create a barrier of entry for black and brown and indigenous people to get into the schools. So, I mean, like, white supremacy ended up hurting, low and middle-class white people, too.
Okay, well, yeah, I was triggered when you said white
You were triggered? Why?
supremacy because that, to me, that's a trigger word.
Why?
Because I don't believe in that.
I mean,
Because I've never
you don't
seen
believe
it.
it exists, or you don't believe in you're not a white supremacist. Which one?
Oh, I'm not a white supremacist at all.
Okay, gotcha.
One bit.
But you do know that white supremacy does exist, right?
Well, there's black supremacy, there's white supremacy.
Hold on. What does black supremacy look like?
Well, TikTok is full of fucking racist black people.
Black people can't be racist.
Oh, come on.
Okay,
Come on.
hold on. Trucker, what can I do to you that'll change your position or your material conditions within this society?
Nothing.
Exactly.
You know why? Because nobody could change it for me. Nobody
Yeah,
can.
but you can do that for me.
No, I can't. How can I do it?
You can. By the way that you vote, right? By the way that you vote, like if you were voting for conservatives mostly, can literally impact my life. Bro, can I finish? Or you
Yes, go ahead. Go.
So, like, by the way that you vote is one of the, most glaring ways, but also in small ways. Like, I don't know, if you saw me out and about or in a Walmart, right? You could call somebody on the police and say, hey, there's this black guy in the Walmart. There's this tall black guy with long locks in his hair, and he looks like he's up to something, suspicious. And they could literally come in to the Walmart and gun me down. And this has happened, right?
Why
Or
would
I
I
could
do
be,
that?
huh?
Why would I do that?
I don't know why people do these things, but it happens. These things actually happen within our society. I could be bird watching in the park, and you could call the police on me and say that, that I'm harassing you and trying to cause you harm because I asked you to keep your dog on a leash. I could be sitting, in my own house. What?
Hold on. I'm looking at you right now, and you look like an awesome dude. I would never call anybody on you.
I'm not
whatsoever.
talking about you specifically. I'm talking about white people in general can literally change my life in an
characterizing
instant.
me as a white supremacist.
I never
I'm
said
not-
that. I never called you a white supremacist, bro. When did I do that?
Well, you brought it up.
No, I said white supremacy hurts white people too. I didn't call you a white supremacist.
I look at you and you look like a nice guy.
Great. Thanks.
Okay. All right. I'm glad we had that moment.
Yeah, like, listen, if somebody were to say, Jones is an asshole, I know that I'm not an asshole. Or if women say, all men, or choose the bear, that shit doesn't bother me. I'm not triggered at all. Like, the only people that would be triggered by anything of that nature are people that participate in those, systems.
I agree.
Like, you can say all men are trash, and I'd be like, I would probably tend to agree with you. Like, yeah, probably, men are pretty shitty.
Trucker J, hearing things, it's part of the illness. What illness?
Are you
I'm
arguing
reading.
with the comments now?
Yeah, I'm reading some of the comments. Yes.
Oh, gotcha. So can you? So we've just established that I can't change your social status or your social currency in any way. I can't change your material conditions anyway, but you can to me. So do you see
Well,
how? Do you see how I can't participate in the same system that you can participate in?
you could participate in any system that I'm in. 100%. How can you not?
Yeah. So you know what redlining is?
Okay, let's get in the 21st century.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah. So the banks were
let's get
literally
into modern day.
Yeah. So
Let's
banks.
get into
Trucker.
2024.
Okay, yes,
2024.
banks were sued just last year. Wells Fargo, Bank of America, and
Wells
Chase
Fargo
Bank.
sucks.
What?
I said Wells Fargo sucks. Okay, so
but all three of those banks were just sued last year for redlining.
okay, has nothing to do with you. Has nothing to do with me.
Yes, it does.
Did you apply for a loan at Wells Fargo?
Hold on. So, am I not black?
Well, no, hold on. No, did you personally apply for a loan at Wells Fargo?
So because it didn't harm me personally, I shouldn't care about any other American citizens and or black people?
Well, no, I'm asking you.
Because
Okay,
if they'll do it to them, then and I say nothing and do nothing about it, then they'll do it to me too.
What's your credit score?
So it didn't matter what their credit score was. They qualified for these loans.
It does matter.
No,
yes.
they qualified for these loans. They absolutely qualified.
Well, are you sure?
Absolutely. Like, you don't think that they analyzed it? Why do you think they were sued?
I don't know why they were sued. I don't.
For redlining.
Okay.
Here, I'll just put it on the screen, and then we don't got to argue about it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Mo.
Hey, Jones.
How are you?
I'm good. I popped in because, you're talking about the financial sector.
Yeah, I know. That's
so-
the reason I let you up, because I haven't let it up any friendlies all night, but I let you up because...
I'm not trying to be unfriendly.
No. I'm talking about people that I'm actually friends with. Is all
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you like a little bit on the predatory practices within the check cashing realm, I have a wondrous example of that.
Let's hear it.
Excellent. So, you're familiar with check cashing establishments, correct?
Yes, 100%.
And people can go in and like pay a light bill, phone bill, etc.
Correct.
With right? Okay. So there are companies behind those establishments that actually take those payments, and when the people are submitting those, giving the cash for those payments, they have to fill out a form where they have to give certain credentials about the account that they're paying at the light company, water, whatever. Those companies take that information and the money that's been paid, and they're converting that information onto a preloaded prepaid debit card, and they're using the phone systems for the utility companies to call in to execute a payment in the phone system as if they're that customer to make that payment. Now, where that becomes interesting is because the prepaid card they're using is generated by that company, because they make money on the transaction fees off of the card they generated to execute that payment. The customer, i.e. poor Joe Schmo who just took his cash into the check cashing place, has no idea this is occurring.
I'm following you. Yes.
So that's an example of predatory practice, because these are and by the way, the industry term for this demographic of people is called the underbanked, because these are people who traditional banks exclude from being able to get an account for
agree with you.
various reasons. So they get frozen out of that. Now they get pushed into this where they have to pay fees in order to make that cash payment, and then that other company on the back end that they don't know about is making goo gobs of cash, and the utility company who has no idea that this is also being done is paying higher than usual fees because the card being used to execute that payment is not on the consumer lines. It's on the business lines. So it's a higher transaction fee. So everybody's getting it out of this whole scam deal.
I agree with you 100%. 100%. But do you know why there's check cashing places to begin with? They deal with people with bad credit, correct?
Why was the credit system created?
Well, listen. Let me say this in a nice term.
Why was the credit system created?
Well, you tell me, because I really don't know why it was created, but I know why there is credit. Because if you're going to borrow money, they want you to pay back the money. Correct? So if you have bad credit, you are a risk that you're not going to pay back the money. Am I right?
Mm-hmm. So credit scoring models were created based on it was influenced by generational wealth, right? So these credit scoring models were based on who your parents were and who your parents' parents were, and like, you know what I'm saying, did they own land and were they farmers, and you know what I'm saying, like did they own a home and stuff like that. And so like it was quite literally created to be biased against Black, brown, and indigenous people from the beginning.
Wrong.
No, I'm not.
Oh, wrong. 100%.
Actually, Trucker, I have a real world exact example, and so Jones, if you'll give me a little latitude,
Sure.
I'm gonna lay this out, and if this doesn't line it up, then I'm gonna drop and I'm gonna be done, and I'm gonna just be old for the rest of the night and go to sleep. Okay, so let's go back to redlining, which you say wasn't a thing, doesn't exist, all the rest of that good stuff. Okay, great, fine. So my mother, who was a NASA engineer, okay, in the Houston area here, Johnson Space Center.
Okay.
All right. So in mid 1970s, that's where the Fair Housing Act, Fair Credit, all of the things came to fruition at the same time. So theoretically, clean slate across the board for everybody. Like no one's behind, no one's ahead of the eight ball. Like it's Groundhog Day for everybody, right? Great. Now, she goes to apply to purchase a home, as did her coworkers, right? So we're all NASA engineers. We're all on a space shuttle project. Okay, we're all throwing men over the atmosphere. Okay, that's the collective mission. When she goes to purchase, she can't get a loan anywhere near the work site. She can only get a loan for a home 25, 30 miles away in a predominantly Black neighborhood, which is where she bought, and that's the house that I grew up in. That I later
What year was this?
1975. 1975, 76. So that means that I, as her daughter versus the kids of her coworkers, we have a different equity position when we're inheriting these properties from our parents, right? Because the home that she bought in the area that she was allowed to,
less value.
There you go. See, you get how that works.
Yes, I do. Yes, I understand.
But you just said it didn't exist.
No, I do understand what you're saying. But what does that have to do with our times today, right now?
Okay, great. Then let me line this up for you as well. Okay. So, have you ever heard of Perry Homes as a builder?
No.
Okay, so they're really big.
I'm probably not from your area. That
No, that's fine. They're
I
really
don't
big.
hear of them.
Okay, they're really big here in Texas. They are a mid to upper, level grade builder, as it were. So the subdivision that I purchased my home
Yeah,
in.
we have Pulte homes.
So my subdivision is in a predominantly minority area. Even though it's in the suburbs, and even though this is a upper echelon, upper tier building, okay. My home, the exact floor plan of my home, literally less than 10 miles from where it is today, $100,000 more, because the demographic is not predominantly me. Still today, still 100K more, 10 miles down the road.
Okay, but why is that my fault?
Nobody said it was your fault.
Who said it was your fault?
Blaming it on you.
Like, why is everything so personal to exactly you? No one said it was your fault.
Because it became a white and a black thing.
No, see, that's hold on.
To me, there should not be a white and a black thing. It should not be there.
Trucker. I need you to listen. It never became a white and a black thing, right? It never became a white and a black thing. It was created as a white and a black thing. And we were forced to exist in said white and a black thing, forced to exist in it. And anytime we speak back or speak out against how white supremacy is harming us as marginalized people, right? We're told, don't do it this way. Don't do it that way. Why are you still complaining? All you got to do is pull yourself up by the bootstraps, so on and so forth. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're told all of these things, by white people because they personally don't want to be held accountable for the things that have happened, when nobody is saying it's your fault. Like, literally nobody's saying it's your fault directly. We're saying that this system, these structures that were created, is harming us. Like, if your child came to you and said, "Dad, my stomach hurts," are you gonna tell them, shit, people's stomach hurts sometimes, just gotta get over it? Sometimes people have stomach aches. Then they come to you like 5 days later and like, yo, you didn't address my stomach ache and my stomach is still fucking hurting. And you're like, there's other people missing eyes. At least you still got a stomach.
Stop being a victim.
Shit happens, kids. Put some dirt on it. Drink some water. Why you blaming me? I didn't make your stomach hurt.
So, Jones, the thing that gets me all of the time is the individualism versus community viewpoint, and in this context, right? So when it comes to why are you
Hey,
complaining?
Trucker, you got really bad Wi-Fi, bro. I need you to go back to where you had good Wi-Fi, because like right now, it's bad. Like, you only have one bar and we can't hear you.
Right.
I'm trying.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like, in terms of, when
keep going. I'll try.
Okay.
When it's stuff for us, it's like, okay, well, y'all this and y'all that and da 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 da, the community for us Black people. But then when we talk about the systemic things, like we were just talking about redlining. Redlining is obviously a systemic factor. That it's redlining is not one particular person. But when it comes to things like that, then it becomes an individualistic, well, I didn't do it. I didn't participate. Okay, nobody said it's you personally. We're talking about larger, overarching either systems or policies or process, you know, et cetera, et cetera. But then, you know, you flip it back and then we talk about, well, this is me individually. It's like, well, no, well, y'all as a community, it's like, okay, wait, hold on. We're either gonna stay
exactly.
in
It's always
or the
all of
other.
us, and it's always all of us and just them.
Yeah, like why I gotta be iRobot with the all of us, one of us, but then you get to be, well, just me. I didn't do that. I didn't do. But with
Then
us,
turn
it's
around
all,
and say black people are committing all the crimes.
yeah. I'm like, wait a minute. I get
I'm
to
like,
be.
well,
if
I'm
you
not
get to be
committing
an
any
individual,
crime.
I get to be an individual too. Like, yeah, that part.
Yeah. Or they always tell us what one black person. What did Malcolm X say? Well, what did Martin say? Well, what did Morgan Freeman say? Hey, why did all of us start with an M? Now I'm pissed off. Now I'm angry.
If you ask me what Malcolm or Martin said, I want to say before or after the pew pew.
Right. Hey guys, listen. There's 421 people and only 190 left in the gold. So less than half you sent $1, we'd meet our goal for the night. So, please consider contributing. It allows us to continue hosting these platforms and doing the work we do in the community. Yes, Trucker Jay, you still have bad Wi-Fi, Fred.
Mr. Jones.
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, let me ask you a question. So if you owned a rental house, if you own some property,
I would never.
and you had two choices. You had a black man. Okay, you had a black man with a 760 credit score, or you had a white person with an 860 credit score. Who are you going to rent to?
I would never own a rental home.
Did you hear me?
It's unethical. Yeah, I would never own a rental home. It's unethical.
Can I step into this? Because my family owns multiple rental properties. Sorry, I have a little speech aphasia going on right now, but so my family dealt with multiple rental properties over multiple years. So Jones, can I take this?
Sure. Yeah, go ahead. Yes.
Okay, so if you'll repeat and restate just to make sure we're all on the same page.
Okay, a black man with a 660 credit score, and a white man with an 860 credit score. For your rental home, who are you going to rent to?
Okay, so first thing, I do not care about the race of the applicant.
Okay, exactly, but it's hypothetical. It's
yeah. So the hypotheticals, based on what you said, you didn't give me the most important
ZB, thank you so much for the $50 Cash App. Amazing. WZB in the chat, y'all. WZB. Can I be honest though? If you're an ethical human being of any sort, right? You're gonna figure out who needs that house more. Which one of them has a family, right? What does their income look like?
Exactly.
You know who have they rented before, and who did they rent from, and what does that person have to say about them? You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't give a shit about credit scores because I know credit scores are inherently racist.
Yes, and actually, and listen, let me tell you how just BS credit scores are. Right now, I have between, depending on which bureau you're looking at, I have between a 720 and a 752. And I'm in the midst of a chapter 13. So
Right.
what the hell does that prove?
No, I mean you have a good credit score.
I'm in the middle of a chapter 13 bankruptcy, dude. That means Jack Diddley.
All right, but okay, so neither one of you are going to answer that question.
I told you
a legit question.
I'm not based on what you gave me. Black guy, white guy. This is the credit score. As a landlord, that's not enough information for me to make that determination.
Well, obviously, you never own property.
Basically,
rented property.
Yeah, but she's obviously.
I just told you that's my family business, dude. Like, seriously.
Hold on, but she's answering your question because your question was clearly intended to imply or to at least inquire as to whether we'd automatically rent to the black person. And she's saying no. She's saying she'd need more information. So clearly the fact that she'd need more information means just being black wouldn't be enough.
What
Your question has
information?
been answered.
What information? Because I'll give you more information.
Wait, but that answers your question. Clearly,
No,
the
it
person.
does not.
Yeah, it does. Can you hold on a second? Are you okay? Thanks. Can you hold on so I can finish speaking? Thank you. Yeah, it answers your question because very clearly the person just being black didn't automatically make her say yes, which was what you were trying to get at. Right? So if your question is, does this person being black trump everything else, including this person having a 3,000 credit score? The answer is clearly no, because she's saying she'd need more information, meaning him just being black would not be enough. That's your answer.
Well, I didn't think on applications for housing, you can't put race.
But your answer was a hypothetical. I mean, your question was a hypothetical, as you stated.
It was a hypothetical.
Yes, and in the hypothetical, her answer is him being black. Him being black is not enough to make her rent to him. That's the answer.
She didn't answer the question at all.
I answered you by telling you did not give me enough information for me to make a determinate decision.
And I asked you, do you want more information? I will give you more information.
Okay, yes, I need more info.
Like what?
I need to know the income levels of both. I need to know the rental history of both.
Both $60,000 a year. Both.
So hold on. Isn't the point of your question? You already said the point of your question was whether or not, because you tried to give the black guy like a really bad score, or at least
It was 100. It was 100 point difference.
No, you said 600. You said 600 or whatever.
Said 660.
Yeah, 660 for the black guy and 860, even though credit scores don't go up to 860, and 860 for the white guy. So you're clearly trying to get at, even if the black guy had a bad credit score, would you guys rent to him just because he's black?
Credit scores in general are racist, and ignoring the fact that credit scores.
But the point is, her saying,
hold on, all of y'all.
Hey guys, just for a second. Hey, hold on, pause. I just need everybody to pause for a second. I think that this is important, right? Because I think that he needs to understand, like how this actually operates. Let me mirror my video really quickly. And I asked Adorna to come on specifically because you know what I'm saying, she talked about the redlining instances that have happened, you know, in like the recent future, right? This is Forbes, this is Forbes magazine, right? This is Forbes magazine. And if, you know, you guys know anything about Forbes, then you know it's, you know, all about the financial industry, right? From inherent racial bias to incorrect data, the problem with current credit scoring models. And this literally tells you, right? And this is from 2021, so it's not like from a long time ago, right? It tells you how these scoring models are inherently racist and have always been to black people in the black community. And so it's important for you to understand this. Like you want to talk about credit scores as if they actually tell you or give you a clear picture about the individual, you know, that you're dealing with or wish to conduct business with, and they don't.
Well, and Jones,
it's intentional.
Also, there's also from a
it's
rental.
This is not an opinion piece. This is actually from the senior staff writer and the editor of Forbes real estate.
Yeah, so you not only have consumer credit line scoring, but there's also a different report about rental history that is different, and you don't, when you pull your credit report, you don't see that report. That's a completely different thing. There's also another different report. It's much less used now, but it used to totally be a thing. Telecheck.
I'm gonna interrupt just one more time. You know what I'm saying? Because this, to be honest with you, I'm really bothered, and it's not Trucker Jay's fault, but like I literally, you know what I'm saying, showed an article, said when it was written, showed where it came from, put it on the screens, right? And then have people say, nope, it's not true. They didn't go read the article. They didn't go try to find out, you know what I'm saying, like any more information about it. The response is, nuh-uh. Like, is that how we operate? Like, if that's how we operate as a society, like, we are fucking doomed. Legitimately doomed. Like, we're not gonna. All right, that's fine.
All right, I stayed quiet. Let you talk.
That's fine.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, no, I can hear you.
All right. Okay, so I charge everything on my credit card, everything,
That's awesome.
and then every month I pay it off.
Yeah, everybody can't get a credit card.
Well, most people can.
No, they can't. It's not true at all.
Yes, they can.
That's absolutely not true.
Why is that not true?
Trucker. Oh, okay.
I've had a credit card since I was 18 years old.
I bet you have. I bet you have, sir.
Yep. And I've been in default in my credit card until I married my wife, and she straightened my ass out. Okay, so I know what credit is. I'd love to teach people about what credit is. It helps everybody.
So, trucker.
This is what it looks like to not understand what.
And it's not a white
to
and black
be
thing.
white,
It's
but
not
it
at all.
is, and that's what you don't
No,
get.
it's not.
How can you? Okay, hold on. I've provided multiple pieces of evidence. How can you prove what you're saying?
It's about responsibility. That's all it is.
Actually, trucker. So, FYI, Jones obviously already knows this, but I am over 15 years in the financial services industry, specifically within credit.
And I spent exactly, and I spent 13 years as the finance director for the largest chain of dealerships in Northern Virginia, in the Washington D.C. metro area.
Awesome.
So, but you know more about finances and credit than we do.
Exactly.
But, yes. If you spend money, hold on. If you spend money, you pay your bills.
I'm gone.
He's done.
Bye,
Look.
Joe. Listen. Light skin check out for the win. Nope. Beige rage.
If
done.
you spend money, you pay your bills. That's all it is.
Yeah, quick
You
question for you.
spend, you pay it.
Yeah,
Adorna.
Right?
Can I ask?
Honey, listen.
Am I wrong?
Adorna, how have you been? Because you always illuminate these spaces, and I have to take a pause for the call.
I like this. I like him. But am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Yes, you're wrong. Yeah. So the question is this:
No, I'm not.
Did you ask a question?
Yes, go ahead.
I'm trying to respond. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah. So the fact of the matter is, in the United States, that at least according to Pew Research, the average white family has 9.2 times the wealth of the average black family. Right. There are plenty of things that factor into that. However, common sense would state that if you have less money, if you make, for example, $13 an hour, right, you're making about $2,000 a month, right? Clearly, rent, let's say rent for a two-bedroom apartment is $1,200. Let's say you're spending $400 a month on food. Let's say you have car insurance, you have a cell phone. Like, you're going to exceed that amount quickly. Very quickly. So a lot of people tend to use credit cards because they're literally out of cash, but still need to live. So they don't have money to pay back the credit card because they have to choose between keeping their water on and paying the credit card this month.
Thank you, Liz.
Do you understand?
I understand 100%. But why did you make it a black and white thing?
Yeah, I made it a black and white thing because there are studies that show that I literally stated it, that the average white family has 9.2 times the wealth of the average black family. Reasons for that include things like the Homestead Act, where 1.5 million white people receive. Yeah, exactly. But even more specifically, like with the Homestead Act, 1.5 million white people received free land. Today, 95 million people are descendants of those people. That's almost half of white people. There's only 251 million white people. 95 million people are those
Now
descendants.
calculated in the GI Bill.
Exactly.
They
The
got
GI
free
Bill,
land.
but the GI Bill, FHA loans, right now everybody loves them. When FHA loans began, black people couldn't get them. There were things called racial
Redlining.
I
covenants.
couldn't either.
Yeah, redlining, racial covenants up until the 70s, where 1968, where
We're not in the
literally it
70s.
was written into your deed, like a white person's deed, that they cannot sell to a black person, right?
We're-
So all of
we're
these
in
things.
Adorno,
Yeah.
hold on.
We are in
Adorno.
2024.
Hey, Trucker, I don't think that you understand. Like, my parents went to segregated schools. Stop acting like this happened so long ago. My
but
parents went to segregated schools.
Hey,
Neighborhoods were
so
still
did I.
segregated.
So did I.
Wait, Trucker, so that's the point, though. You keep saying it's 2020. Hold on, wait,
55.
Trucker.
I went in segregated schools.
Great, Trucker. Do you think that if, let's say I do, I have a master's degree, right? I make good money. Do you think that it's more likely that my child will have more opportunities than someone, for example, who didn't graduate school, who makes $10 an hour? Yes or no?
Yes.
Do you think that
100%.
I've worked in corporate, I've owned my own businesses, et cetera? Do you think that I would have more knowledge to pass on to my kids?
Sure.
Do you think that potentially because of networking at corporate jobs, for example, that I might have more connections that might be able to help my kid?
100%.
Absolutely. So when you take into account something like, for example, the Fair Housing Act happened in 1968. That was only 56 years ago. So think about 1968. My dad was born in 1945. So our parents, literally black parents of people that you're speaking to currently, were born decades before there was fair housing. So very clearly, the fact that it's 2024 doesn't mean that we're not being impacted when our parents didn't have the same opportunities to number one, build generational wealth, because we know that real estate, for example, is one of the best ways to build wealth in the United States. So they didn't have fair housing.
But you could do it.
Hold on, wait, no, but actually not. Because one of the things that I can pull up several articles for you, right? But one of the things that impacts people now in 2024 is that, let's say I and Jim, who's a white guy, sit in a cubicle right beside each other because we have the same job, same title. We're both making, let's say, $200,000 a year, right? I am more likely, and I can pull up several studies that show this, I am more likely, because my parents didn't have those same opportunities, to have to use part of my salary to take care of my parents, to take care of my grandparents, to potentially take care of siblings. And so even though we're making the same salary, I have less discretional money to spend on the things that you are, such as buying a second house, sending your kids to
And there's
private school,
proof that
adding
this
to
is actually
savings.
happening. Like, literally, we have the data on it.
Yeah, there's actual studies that I can show. So
No, you want proof? I am that proof.
I want
It's
proof
me.
right now because I'm going through the same shit right now. No, hold on. I'm going through the same shit right now because I'm putting an elderly parent in a nursing home and paying for it.
Well, quick question. Do you represent 251 million white people?
Not at all.
No.
Nope.
So why do you keep doing that? The fact of the matter is that there are studies that
because
show.
you
Yeah, there are
group us
studies that
all
show.
to-
Yes, there are studies that show this is happening on a large scale. Wait, let me ask you. Wait, Trucker, let me ask you a quick question. Right after slavery happened, right, when they were like, "Hey, black people, you can vote," right? Well, not
my
right
dad.
after, but
My dad was in Hungary, so
I don't
well,
care.
go on.
I didn't ask you about that. Neither was I talking about that. Can I finish?
Yep. Go
Thank
ahead.
you. Yeah. So after slavery, when they were finally like, black people, you can vote, they put in something called the grandfather clause that said if your grandparents couldn't vote, then you can't vote. Which clearly, although they didn't say, "Hey, black people, you can't vote," the intent was that clearly people who were just enslaved, their parents couldn't vote, their grandparents couldn't vote. Right? That's where the term grandfather clause comes from. However, do you think that potentially there were some white people whose grandparents didn't vote?
I have no clue because I was.
I mean,
not
common sense would say
here.
yes. I mean, common sense would be
Or
say
here.
yes because common sense would say yes because pretty much like things aren't absolute. Like generally there are exceptions to rules, right? And so there are probably some, but the fact of the matter is that was clearly targeting black people, and the fact that it happened to some white people doesn't mean that black people were the target, and doesn't say that it doesn't say that it wasn't predominantly happening to black people. So the fact that you, for example, need to take care of your parents, great. However, the facts show for example, that the Congressional Budget Office, for example, states that white people hold 80% of the United States wealth. 80%. So even though you or your parents and your grandparents didn't take advantage of your white privilege, to be honest, right? Even though you guys didn't, that does not mean that very clearly other people, white people didn't, and that most white people didn't, right? This country is literally
Don't
built
ever
for you
tell
guys.
me I have white privilege, all
You
right?
absolutely do, and I can prove it. Hold on. You absolutely do, and I can prove it. Do you want me to prove it for you?
Yes, prove it to me
Absolutely.
right
Have
now.
you ever been to a doctor's office?
Yes.
Great. So if you've been to a doctor's office, you have white privilege. Ah, congrats. Yeah, I can
so
tell you
you-
how. I'm explaining to you how. I'm explaining to you
have
how.
been to a
I'm
doctor's
explaining to you
office
how.
also.
I'm explaining to you how. I'm explaining to you how.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, because when you go to the doctor, when they're doing their triage, like their assessments, first they put a blood pressure cuff on your arm. Then they put this thing on your finger called a pulse oximeter. It reads your blood oxygenation level. The American Medical Association, the New England Journal of Medicine, a bunch of other medical and science journals and associations have acknowledged that the pulse oximeter reads about 10% higher on Black people, and Black people are 3 times more likely to get incorrect readings. That's
my
because it was
fault.
built. No, did I say it was your fault?
Jesus.
We're talking about white
Hold on.
privilege. No, what we're
Adorn, I
talking
need you
about
to
is
pause
white
for a second.
privilege.
Adorn,
Sure.
I need you to pause for a second. Trucker.
What?
What you're doing is called centering yourself. No one is saying that you personally did any of these things. We're telling you that this is the structure that exists, and you
Well,
benefit from it.
I'm being attacked.
Trucker, why are you interrupting me?
Well, I just told you why.
That we are being
Go on.
impacted by
Let her talk. Let her talk.
I mean, all that I was stating was that it reads higher on dark skin, right? On darker skinned people. So like Black people, for example, well, most Black people, or some Black people at the very least, right? So the point just being, though, that just by being white, right, that's a benefit that you have, that you're more likely to have the correct readings, right? You're more likely to get accurate medical care. So when we're talking about white privilege, we're not just talking about money. That's one way where quite literally, provedly, you have white privilege, just in being able to get correct readings from medical devices, right? And there's other devices, but let's focusing on the pulse oximeter, right? So we're not stating, clearly you didn't invent the pulse oximeter, but you are benefiting clearly from it being more likely to be read correctly on you. That's a privilege to be able to get correct health care. Do you think not?
No, we're all people.
Hold on, wait. What does us all being people have to do with this machine not working? Hold on, wait. Hold on.
How is
Despite
anything-
us, hi. Despite us not being people, does the machine work equally on everyone because we're all people? Yes or no?
Yes.
It does?
Yeah.
No.
You're saying the machine works, the machine works equally on us all?
Why would a Black person, their pulse
No,
be...
I want you to answer the question.
Why
Does the
would a
machine...
Black person's pulse be different than mine?
It's not. Oh my God! It's not a pulse. It doesn't read your pulse. It doesn't read your pulse. That's not how.
It reads your blood oxygen level.
Yeah, it reaches the oxygen. The
why would
oxygen.
that be
Hold on.
different?
I can tell you why. I'm telling you why. Right? It reads the oxygenation saturation of your blood. It emits a light through your skin and your fingernails. Right? That detects the amount of light that passes through your without being absorbed by blood and tissue. And deoxygenated and oxygenated hemoglobin absorbs light at different wavelengths. And the device basically uses an algorithm to process the absorbed light and display a saturation value. However, because Black people, our skin is darker, when the light is passing through our skin and our fingernails, it does not read the oxygenated hemoglobin calculations the same. The point being, though, they didn't test it on Black people to be able to say, hey, this isn't working properly. Let's figure out a different, let's tweak the technology so it works better for everyone. The point being, though, this is not something I'm guessing. All of that sounded really good, right? I didn't make it up. I didn't make it up. It's something that I can show you, actually. The University of Michigan has studies on it. The NIH has studies on it. The New England Journal of Medicine. There are plenty of studies on this where they all say that this is the case. So you saying, doesn't matter because you're not smarter than NIH or the University of Michigan. This is actually a thing, something that you benefit from because you go to the doctor and they actually use it on you and you're more likely to get correct readings.
But you hate me for this, right?
Okay,
What?
wait.
No,
Can you tell me?
what?
Wait.
Who
Please.
said
Hold on 1 second.
Why do we keep making up these things?
Trucker. No, hold on, wait. Trucker. Tell me one thing I just said that was hateful.
Because it was
No.
all about
Tell
white
me
people.
one thing. No, I want you to tell me what I said that was hateful.
The color of my skin
Mm-hmm.
is this whole diagnosis thing you just did.
Yeah.
Was because it was all based on white people.
Okay, so if white people did build a
No,
machine,
she asked you what part of that means that she hates white people.
No, but I do want to ask if it was built by white people and it does read better on white people, how is that me being hateful if that is a fact?
Why are we talking about this?
Because
hold on. During COVID, the reason we're talking about this is because it's been admitted that during COVID, one of the reasons that there was a higher mortality rate for Black people was because our blood oxygenation was not being read correctly, so we couldn't get enough. I mean, we didn't get the correct amounts of oxygen. We're talking about it because Black people want to live too. Right? That's why we're talking. What the fuck? That's why we're talking about it. What are you saying?
I agree with you. I agree.
No. You literally just said, so why are we talking about it? What do you mean? You literally just said that. The reason I'm explaining this is because you keep trying to deny it.
All lives matter.
Oh
Hold on.
my
Yes, hold on, wait. Do Black lives, are Black lives part of that all lives?
Oh God, yes.
So then why the hell wouldn't you want the machine that reads our oxygenation saturation to work correctly so we can live?
I would, but I'm not
really. So then, why is it that when
I'm
I'm talking about it, you're trying to deny it? Then? So then, why? Wait, great. So then, why when I'm talking about it, do you keep trying to deny it? No, trucker.
Listen, I drive a truck.
Trucker. Then why, when I'm talking about it, do you keep trying to deny it and work around it and say that's not the case and say that I'm hateful for talking about it when I'm talking about it so that Black people can live?
You're making a white and black thing.
And oh my God, it is a white and black thing.
Hold on. You want to know what? I'm just going to bring it up. Hold on. Wait, really? It's not?
Insanity.
So then why? So
hold on. Adorna, I need to step in for a second. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
So if it works differently on Black people than white people, is it a white and black thing?
I'm not. Listen, I'm not
Trucker,
a doctor.
if it works differently on white people than it does on Black people, is it a black and white thing?
We all bleed red.
Trucker,
so
if it works differently than it works, if it works differently on Black people than it does on white people, is it a black and white thing?
I guess it is, and that's what you want me to say. Yes.
No, I'm asking you. If it works differently on the two different races, then it means that it is different for the two different races.
No, there's not two different races, dude. We're all human.
Oh my fucking
we are
Christ,
human
Jesus,
bodies, dude.
Save us.
Seriously,
like the amygdala responses, the way that you guys will fight.
Dude, we are fucking human bodies. That's all we are.
All right, bro.
We're bodies.
All right, bro.
wait. So quick question: trucker? Is my skin a different color than your skin?
Yes. 100%.
Yes. So if the machine works differently on different color skins, right? If we have factually different color skin and the machine reads differently on different color skin, then wouldn't it be a black and white thing because the machine is reading Black people's skin differently?
I guess so, but I
So
didn't.
then what the hell are you saying?
I did not build the machine, so
nobody's accusing you of that.
Machines. All that's being said. Hold on. Quick question. Would the machine reading your oxygenation saturation levels more accurately be a benefit or not?
Yes.
So what I stated was that there was white privilege because white people get correct readings. I didn't say that you built the machine. I didn't say you were racist for having the machines read correctly on you. I'm just stating that you clearly have a privilege in being able to get correct medical care. Is that not a privilege?
I have never seen any privilege because of my
is that a privilege? Or hold on, is being able to get correct medical care when other people can't a privilege or not? Yes or no? Yes or no?
With your hypothetical, yes. With your yes.
Excuse me?
This is not a hypothetical. This is not a hypothetical.
I literally have it on my screen. Hold on. This is not a hypothetical. This is the New England Journal of Medicine. It says racial bias in pulse oximetry measurement, right? Here is the NIH. Here's the NIH.
What's the year?
Again, what's the year? Easy. This is 2022, babe. This is 2022.
All right.
This one is 2020.
Listen.
No. You said what's the year? You said what's the year? Great. This one is 2021. I don't pull up studies from 1960. Okay, the fact of the matter is that this is happening. These are actual institutes. This is Michigan, University of Michigan. This is the NIH. This is the New England Journal of Medicine that are all saying that this is a fact. I can name tons of other things that are also a fact that are racially biased. These are not opinions. These are not hypotheticals.
All right. Can I ask you something personally?
Sure.
Can you stop hating white people?
Can you, hold on. I need you to answer this. Hold on. We're not going to move on until you answer this. What have I said that is hateful?
Pretty much everything.
Name something. Name something I've said. I want you to name something I've said that was hateful. No, name something I said that was hateful.
Everything was about race.
What does that? Hold on. So is the New England Journal of Medicine hateful?
Yes.
Why?
Well,
hold on. So basically,
I don't know.
Wait, no, it's because you're saying things that don't make sense. Clearly pointing out that stop it. Pointing out that a machine works incorrectly is not being hateful.
Guys, please hit the goal. Please hit the goal. Please hit the goal.
Can you tell?
Please.
Can you tell me how pointing out that a machine works incorrectly is hateful, please?
Yeah, it's nothing to the machine. I want to know.
But that's all that I said. All I said. Trucker. All that I said is that this machine works incorrectly, and you said that that was hateful. How?
Because I don't believe in racism.
How is pointing out that a machine works incorrectly hateful? The machine actually works incorrectly. So wait, quick question. So if your car, hold on. If your car doesn't work, if your car actually literally doesn't work, no. If your car literally does not work, and I say your car is not working, let's say your car cannot start, and I say your car can't start, is that being hateful?
Nope.
So then if this machine does not work properly, and I say this machine isn't working properly, how is that hateful?
A machine cannot be racist.
Who said the machine was racist?
You did.
What I said was that the machine that was programmed by people reads skin and fingernails differently. That's what I said. I didn't say the machine was hateful because machines can't think. So I didn't say the machine was hateful. I said the machine that was built by. So then if you agree, how are you saying, then you're also hateful then if you agree? No. Because you're agreeing with what I said and you said what I said was hateful.
No, I'm not.
You just said that you agree, did you not?
Yes.
So then you agree with the hateful thing that I said in regards to machines reading differently?
No, the machine cannot be racist.
Great. Can the machine read skin differently?
I don't know. I'm not a chemist or I'm a truck. I drive a truck.
Yeah.
You can't.
This ain't it, y'all. This
it really is. Right? This is the amygdala response I was telling you guys about. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter how much the data makes sense. It doesn't matter how many different ways you lay it out. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, you could draw a line, 3 dots, dot to dot to dot in a row, and they literally land on every dot, and then still be like, nope.
No, but also that is literally trucker, be quiet. That is literally racism. And I want everyone. I want the people in here to hear that is literally racism. And the reason that is racism is because I don't care what the hell you have to say. You're going to be quiet. Literally, racism is the perpetuation of things that, regardless of whether it's through thought or through action, that continues to oppress racially marginalized groups. He would rather Black people continue unaliving from not having correct calculations in this machine than to admit that the machine is wrong. He would rather us not speak about it and have Black people continue unaliving just so he doesn't have to hear it. That is racism. That is the perpetuation of subjugation and oppression of a racially marginalized group. He would rather us unalive than say a machine is wrong. You're a racist.
Yeah, 100% lies.
Y'all are sad, man. I
wanna
mean, like,
try.
listen, hold on. I really need to say something right now. I do. Like, like this is sad. It really is. Like, two plus two is 4.
Correct.
It's always been 4.
Yep.
It's always going to be 4.
Yep.
And like literally, we showed you the 2 and the 2, and you said, nope, it's 5. It's 3.
Nope.
It's 6.
Wrong.
Like, no matter how much information is provided, no matter how many different ways, you know what I'm saying, we get, no matter how many different examples are given, no matter what, you know what I'm saying, is shown, nope, because if you say that, you know, white people are the ones who are responsible for this, then that means that I have to hold a piece of that guilt because I'm white. And nobody's asking you to do that. We're asking you that if you don't want these systems to continue, if you're not a racist, if you want racism to end, then make sure that you're also fighting against these systems of oppression, saying that, hey, look, I see that, you know, this is not working out in your favor, and I want all people to be equal. I want all lives to matter the way that I keep saying they do. And so because I want these things, I'm going to vote to make sure that these things happen, right? I'm going to speak to my family members and make sure that they don't say and do racist shit. If I see racist things happening out in public, I'm absolutely going to speak out against them. Like, I am going to do everything in my power to make sure that Black lives are included in the all lives that I talk about. What really pisses me off is like nobody would show up to a breast cancer awareness rally and say all cancers matter. Nobody would do that. Nobody's gonna show up, you know, to Johns Hopkins, you know what I'm saying, like Children's Medical Center or any of like the Ronald McDonald House and be like all kids matter, knowing that these kids are dying. Like nobody in their right mind would do that. But if it's Black people, then it's all lives matter. If it's Black people,
all lives matter.
Yeah, I know.
Which is good.
But ask him that directly. Would you show up to I forget what the children's hospital is. Darn it. That they pay for all your stuff. Anyway, would you show up to
St. Jude's?
St. Jude's. Would you show up to St. Jude's and tell the kids unaliving of cancer that all kids matter? Would you do that?
Oh, they all matter. Yes.
Yeah, would you go there? Hold on, they're having an event specifically to raise money for those kids.
Wait,
would you show up?
Would
Yeah, hi. Would you show up
go?
to the event? Would you show up to the event and say, "Why are you having this event? All kids matter." Would you do that or not?
No, they all matter.
I didn't ask you that. I asked you if they were having an event at St. Jude's to raise money for the kids with cancer. Would you show up at the event and yell, "All lives matter"?
No, what moron would?
Excuse me?
Who would? Who would say that?
Exactly that. Exactly that. Who would do that? Who
Yes,
would do
that's
that?
what you're literally
When we're
doing
showing
here.
you, when we've showed you the data that says that Black people are being harmed and Black people are dying because of these systems, and you're like, all people matter. Who would do that? What moron would?
Yeah, and the whole medical thing, like,
I ought to be embarrassed, man.
the way the trigger is triggering the trigger in me on that, because just literally last week, by rights, I should have been in the ER. I really should have.
Guys, please do what we can to hit the goal before we close out.
But I refuse to go because of how horrifically I've been treated in the past. I'm like, hey, if I'm on the live, hey, just let me go in the house. Because for what? To pay for the privilege of being mistreated as I go out? Absolutely not. And to hear, these types of individuals literally listen to, and I'm thoroughly convinced that this is trauma corn for them. At this point, they have no intention, and they don't give two hot shits or swallow piss about the experiences of the people they're listening to. This is literally just a sadistic form of enjoyment for them. They will listen to all of that, and still at the end of it, just like we
Well,
heard him
that is,
say.
to be honest with you, I know that you're going to probably be like, nah, that ain't it. But quite literally, their brains won't allow them to accept the information. They literally won't. Their brains legitimately won't allow them to accept the information. Like, yo, those amygdala responses are for real. Like, they legitimately are. Hey, thank you, Rachel, for the $5 Cash App. I appreciate you. And Amber Leah, Fawn, 31, Erica.
But see, where I fade out on you on that, Jones, is listen. If you put on,
Thank you, Kelly, for the $10 Venmo.
Of a disadvantaged cat or dog and throw on that Sarah McLachlan, all the empathy gates of the world open up immediately.
No, I dig it. But no, I mean, literally, their brains legitimately won't allow them. They can't. Because, like I said, the same thing with Trump. Like, the same shit with Trump, right? Like, if they acknowledge that the things about him are true, right? Then that means that, like, it quite literally smashes their identity as a human being because they've adopted, right, all of these things that are, in fact, Trump, are, in fact, MAGA. They've adopted it as part of their personality. They bought the bumper sticker. They bought the NFT. They bought the T-shirt. They bought the hat. They bought the doormat. You know what I'm saying? Like, they bought the flag. They went to the rallies. They bought the gold shoes. You know what I'm saying? Like, they paid into the Stop the Steal. They took out second mortgages on their homes. You know, they bought into the propaganda. They're so heavily invested, right, that there's no way to go back on the lie. There's no way to go back. There's no road back from there. Letty, thank you so much for the $10 Cash App. I appreciate you. There's no way, there's no path back, because that would mean, you know what I'm saying, that they, like, quite literally, they're not who they thought they were. It's earth shattering.
Yeah, it's
like,
it's
imagine, you know what I'm saying, imagine, you know what I'm saying, like, at 40 years old, the people that raised you, who you thought were your parents, your whole life, right? You found out that they weren't your parents at 40.
Oh yeah, it's those abusive relationships, you know, that you come to find out that, you know, that they have a whole nother entire family and everything, you know, installed in another place, and you had no idea. It's the same thing, which is crazy.
And it's so disheartening because people always say, we